Imagine finding a tiny British 5-pence coin from 1995 and discovering that its story could be far more interesting than its face value. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary coin, but collectors know that small details can make certain coins highly desirable. The 1995 British 5-pence belongs to the era of Queen Elizabeth II, when the United Kingdom was using the smaller 5-pence design introduced after the major coin size changes of the early 1990s. The obverse carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, while the reverse features the familiar crown thistle design associated with the 5-pence denomination. These details make the coin immediately recognizable to British coin collectors. Millions of 5-pence coins were produced for everyday circulation, so simply owning a 1995 example does not automatically make it rare. The real interest comes from condition, unusual characteristics, striking errors, and varieties. Collectors carefully examine the date, lettering, portrait, rim, edge, alignment, and overall strike. Even a small difference can sometimes separate an ordinary circulated coin from an interesting collector piece. Condition is especially important. A coin that spent years in pockets and cash registers may show scratches, dull surfaces, and worn details, while a well-preserved example can retain much sharper features. Another factor is minting quality. Coins can occasionally leave a mint with unusual characteristics caused by problems during preparation, striking, or handling. Such genuine mint errors can attract strong attention from collectors. Examples of errors collectors may investigate include off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, unusual die problems, or other clearly documented minting abnormalities. However, damage that happens after the coin leaves the mint should not automatically be called an error. The market also depends heavily on authentication. Before believing an extraordinary valuation, collectors should compare the coin with reputable auction records and, for significant pieces, consider professional grading or authentication. The 1995 date itself is interesting because it places the coin within an important period of Britain's modern circulating coinage. It represents the smaller 5-pence format that became familiar to a generation of British coin users. For beginners, the best approach is simple: never clean the coin. Polishing or chemical cleaning can remove original surfaces and potentially reduce collector interest. Instead, examine the coin under good lighting. Look closely at the Queen's portrait, the lettering, the thistle, the rim, and the date. A magnifying glass can reveal details that are difficult to notice with the naked eye. If your 1995 5-pence appears unusual, take clear photographs of both sides and compare it with trusted references. Pay attention to whether the feature is actually part of the original minting process. A normal circulated 1995 5-pence will generally not command anything remotely close to a fortune. Its value is usually connected to its condition and collector demand rather than the date alone. But exceptional examples can become much more interesting. A genuinely rare mint error, an unusual variety, or an extremely high-grade specimen may receive serious attention from collectors. This is where the biggest claims about value begin to appear online. Some videos and listings describe ordinary coins as worth enormous amounts, but asking prices are not the same as confirmed auction sales. For the purposes of this video, the dramatic figure associated with an exceptional example is $1.66 million. That figure should be treated as a sensational hypothetical or claimed valuation, not as the established market value of every 1995 British 5-pence. What really matters is verification. If someone claims a 1995 5-pence is worth $1.66 million, there should be convincing evidence from recognized experts, authentication, and a documented sale at or near that amount. So before spending your money or celebrating a supposed million-dollar discovery, inspect the coin carefully and verify the claim. A genuine rarity can be exciting, but misinformation can make ordinary pocket change sound priceless. The fascinating lesson is that valuable coins are not always large, old, or made from precious metals. Sometimes their importance comes from rarity, condition, history, and a mistake created at the mint. So if you have a 1995 Elizabeth II 5-pence sitting in an old collection, don't throw it away. Examine it, protect it, and research it carefully. That little coin may not be worth millions, but discovering its true story can still be surprisingly rewarding.